Hello, Good Shepherd and Saints Francis and John. I'm Deacon Mike Lynch of Good Shepherd Church. This week, we prepare with the gospel message for the first Sunday of Advent. A reading from the gospel according to Mark. Jesus said to his disciples, "Be watchful, be alert. You do not know when the time will come. It is like a man traveling abroad. He leaves home and places his servants in charge, each with his own work, and orders the gatekeeper to be on the watch. Watch, therefore. You do not know when the Lord of the house is coming, whether in the evening, or at midnight, or at cockcrow, or in the morning. May he not come suddenly and find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to all, watch." As we begin the season of Advent, we are reminded that we are anticipating not only our annual Christmas celebration of the birth of Jesus at Bethlehem 2,000 years ago, but we are also anticipating his return at the end of time. This is why Jesus reminds us in the gospel for the first Sunday of Advent to be watchful and alert, because we don't know and can't predict in advance when the end of time will come. Nor can we predict when we will each meet God face to face in our own judgment after our death. Comparing God the Father to a man who leaves on a long trip, Jesus says in the gospel passage, he leaves home and places his servants in charge, each with his own work. We, the members of God's church on earth, are all here with work to do in the vineyard of God, to continue the mission of Jesus. Whether we are at home with our families, working in offices, factories, or other places of work, teaching in classrooms, we are involved in important work for ourselves, our families, and our communities. But wherever we do our daily work, we're also called to be evangelizers, examples of Christian living, willing even to talk about our faith when asked, not simply keeping it to ourselves. Jesus, born as that mostly unknown child who will adorn manger scenes at Christmas, can always be found among us today, in the faces and the lives of all the people around us. No one can be ignored or discarded as unimportant, even if we have no idea who they are, or if some in our society want to reject them or consider them outcasts. All people are the image of Jesus among us. The more welcoming we are to them, the more welcoming we are to Jesus, and the more prepared for his coming among us. Here are some family activities to consider in light of this gospel. With your family, talk about how you can prepare for the coming birth of Jesus. It is easy to be distracted by consumerism and busyness through Advent. Does your family have an Advent wreath? If not, commit to lighting a single candle each evening during your dinner meal. Remember that the flame is a symbol of Jesus within each of our hearts. God bless, and see you at Mass.